Hi, this is Luis Souza from rawveganpower.com, and I'm very excited to have today a very charming guest from St. Louis, Missouri, and she is the owner of Pura Vegan Cafe, a raw vegan cafe in St. Louis. Welcome, Monica. I'm having a hard time to say your surname here.
Stoutenborough.
Stoutenborough. Thank you so much. I'm
hmm
very pleased and honored to have you here today.
Thank you. I'm honored to be here.
And well, uh, I saw in your blog, in your site, that you have a pretty interesting story to tell us here. Because you were in the stock brokerage industry, right?
Yes,
A
sir.
very crazy and stressful lifestyle, I think they have. Please share your story and how you became a raw vegan and how this changed your life for the better.
Yes, I worked for a brokerage firm for 13 years at a desk and high stress, as you mentioned. And I live, I don't know if you're familiar with St. Louis, Missouri, but it's a part of the country where it's very meat and potatoes and not necessarily filled with many options for healthy food. So I had a standard American diet,
Mhm.
ga- was gaining weight. As I stressed at work, I ate more junk food. I had suffer from migraines, and I started then having a lot of digestion problems too. So the digestion problems were, doctors would diagnose a lot of medications, which would cause side effects, and then the medications wouldn't work anymore, so you increase them, or then you add more medications. And before I knew it, I was on a little cocktail of prescription drugs, and I thought, this is not how
Oh,
I don't want to live this way. I'm too young. So I read some books, and at first I said, there is no way I could become vegan because that's outrageous. But then, but then after I started having enough pain, I thought, I'll give anything a try. And it took no time. I found that when I actually followed a healthy, high raw food vegan diet, it didn't even take months. I found results immediately. I was digestive problems gone, migraines gone, weight just dropping off of me, and it felt like no effort at all. Just, it seemed like the way I was supposed to be living all along.
it's incredible how the body, when you give it a chance, it goes to where it should be, right? It has a wisdom, right? It's fantastic.
Right. So then I continued, as I worked, I still worked in the office, and a lot of people I became everybody's food counselor. They would come to me for advice and asking me questions, and it kind of got to be like I was the office nutrition person, and I decided I just really wanted to do it all with all of my time and all of my days and make that my vocation, how I earn a living and spend all my time with it. I was already teaching yoga, but I partnered with some people to teach yoga at their cafe, and then I ended up just taking over the cafe. And here we are. We got it's donation-based yoga studio and a raw vegan cafe now. And
And you, when you were in that brokerage firm, was it in St. Louis too?
yes,
Oh, you just changed your address then in the same city then.
yes.
It's cool. And I was looking in the map where your cafe is now, Pura
Mhm.
Vegan Cafe, and I think it's a very beautiful place. I will show here. It's 307 Belt Avenue, St. Louis, Missouri, right?
Yes.
It's this A here. And you have a very beautiful forest park very close to it, right?
It is beautiful. Yes, it's a block away. I walk over there most days or ride my bicycle over there.
No, no stress at all.
No.
Fantastic. Well, and how long have you had? How long ago did you started with the Pura Vegan Cafe?
I started the yoga part in July of 2011, and then
Mhm.
that's the cafe was opened by some friends, and I opened the yoga. But then just a few months later, about 6 months later, I took over then the cafe as well. So it's been for the whole operation now March of 2012, about a year and a half.
Yeah,
So.
and the site shows many cool
Mhm.
things that you do in this cafe right now.
Yeah, that's a
I
picture
can,
of our special right now, our pasta plate. And lots
oh,
of classes and
yeah, your menu. Well, I'd love to be there and be able to be your clients. I see all good things, all healthy and raw, cool. And you have, I never heard about this concept, but it's a donation yoga.
yes, so students can give whatever they're able to when they take yoga class. Sometimes they're not able to give anything, but they're still welcome to come and take class. And we find that over time it balances out. Some people can give, some people cannot. But we just want to make yoga more accessible to the area for maybe people who couldn't afford to go to a studio that charges.
Yeah, and sometimes yoga can be expensive, right? Yeah,
Yes, it
I see what you
can.
mean. Here in Brazil, it's the same thing. And then you have nutrition classes and raw foods classes. It's a complete uh, raw of studies that you can make in your cafe.
Yes, and we about a year ago we started offering cleanse and detox packages for people, and that's been very popular.
And besides the cleansing and yeah, I can show here. I think it's yeah, cleansing this detox. You have also courses on hunger and food addiction,
Yes,
healthy vegan. You have even sprouting. Huh, it's
yes,
complete.
yes. We want to teach
No,
people how to do it at home.
I'm really impressed that you are able to organize all this, in a very comprehensive way. If I lived in St. Louis, I would go every day, I think, to your cafe. And then you have also coaching, right?
Yes.
You and Melissa,
Yes,
right?
Melissa and I are the coaches, and we just recently started offering that, but it's very popular already with people who, especially for somebody maybe who's trying to do it alone, get healthy, and they don't know where to start, and they may not have the support of their family or friends. They need someone to help support them and educate them and keep them accountable as they're trying to get healthy and make changes to their lifestyle.
And one question that I'm sure that the people who are watching you would love to ask you: do you coach people in other cities or maybe other countries as well?
We haven't started that yet. However, this format, like you and I are doing now, was something I wasn't very familiar with until I have started talking to you, and this could be a great way to share it with people outside of St. Louis. So it could come in the future.
Fantastic. I'm happy that I could help in some way.
Yes.
Fantastic. And I'm really curious here because you seem to be building a whole community around you in St. Louis. Uh, are you the only vegan cafe there, or are there others? How is this community growing?
It is beginning to grow. There currently are no other all vegan restaurants here. There are a lot of restaurants that offer vegetarian options, or there's also some vegetarian restaurants but not vegan, not all vegan. We're the first all vegan, but it's growing for sure. We have more and more options available in St. Louis all the time. It's slow to grow because, like I mentioned to you earlier, in this part of the country, it's very meat and potatoes type food. So people are slowly coming around to it. And even a woman came into our cafe this morning and she walked in and she said, I wasn't sure. I saw vegan on the window and I thought I shouldn't come in because it's vegan, but she can't eat gluten, and our restaurant is 100% gluten free. So that's why she came in. But so people like that here, a lot of people are afraid of the word vegan. They don't want to go near it because they think it's weird.
I think it's not only there that people are afraid of this word. It's, well, curiosity again. Why is the name of your place? Where did you take it from? What your inspiration for Pura Vegan?
Well, I'll be honest, I didn't name the place. My friends that started the cafe and I started the yoga, they came up with the name. But the intent was for it to just be pure vegan food, not processed food. So none of the processed foods like the Boca burgers and all the different fake cheeses. Instead, everything we would be able to know all the ingredients, make all of our sauces and all of our things here. And that's really the intent of it being pura vegan.
Pure. I
Pure.
got it. I got it. That's the reason then. Okay.
Hmm.
And pura would be from Spanish, maybe, right?
Yes, I believe
Yeah,
so.
in Portuguese would be like this as well. Pure, no, the 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 pura would be the feminine, and then
Hmm.
puro would be the masculine. Yeah, it would be like
Right.
this. And well, that's the question I wanted to ask you before starting the interview. I think you are in front of your cafe, right?
I am. Yes, I'm sitting out at our sidewalk seating.
Yeah, and is this on your right? No, I mean left side, your left side, the cafe?
The cafe would be right behind
Oh, great.
me.
Pura vegan.
Yeah.
Fantastic. I was curious about that because I thought, well, she is in front of her cafe.
Uh-huh.
Sure.
Yeah.
But I
And
wanted to do it during the interview, right?
yep.
Well, one question that it's something technical here, okay, about going raw and that's something that I saw in your site. You have cleanse slash detox. It's a service that you offer, right?
Yes.
And what's the difference between cleanse and detox?
Well, I'm using them interchangeably. Here, often in the United States, they will mean the same thing. Um, so I wanted people to understand that because a lot of people come in looking for a detox or just looking for a cleanse, but they're used interchangeably. Because you will be accomplishing really both a cleansing of your system, your digestive system, but also detoxification if you follow the program. That is how it's laid out.
And could we say that there is another term that someone asked me today on Facebook, and I wasn't sure about the answer. I answered the question, but I wasn't sure. But I'm sure that you are going to be able to answer it. What would be a reboot? Because people use this term. Would a reboot be something related to a cleanse and a detox?
I don't know if there's a technical answer for that that's agreed upon, but in my idea, a reboot is something that helps transform your behaviors. So a cleanse or a detox could certainly be a reboot, or it could be meeting with a health coach who goes through your kitchen with you and helps you get out the food that's not healthy and get fresh, good, healthy food in there. I think reboot just means starting fresh, starting new. And that's my opinion, though.
But a cleanse and a detox would be a way to start
Yes,
this reboot, right?
definitely.
And if you can add to that yoga classes and other
Mm-hmm.
service that you offer, then you have the complete package.
Yes, I try to
Uh,
stress to people the cleanse. I don't suggest it for people who just want to lose weight because they have a wedding and they want to fit into a dress. It should be for making a lifestyle change so that you can continue after your cleanse period has ended with these healthy habits.
sure. And another thing that it's something interesting here. We all know that the stock brokerage industry is very stressful. Have you ever had a client from that industry who
Definitely.
remained in the industry raw vegan?
Yes, definitely. We have people from real estate industry and stock brokerage industries here that do change to this lifestyle but stay in the business. Yeah, and they find that it helps them. It helps them even be more successful in their field to have that clear mind that you get from eating this way.
Well, and now you touched a topic that I really love. Why do you think that we get this clear mind from being in this diet?
Well, I think it kind of goes back to when I talked earlier about how when I started eating natural foods, my body's natural mechanisms for healing just kicked in. I think it's the same way. I think having a clear mind is our natural state, and that we just lose touch with our natural state because we're not eating natural foods, we're not living a natural life. So,
And then the mind is not clear.
yes.
I loved your answer, and I got it because well, the crazy thing here is that I think, especially in the Western world, we think that the mind and the body are two separate things, right? And we don't understand that if the body has a problem, the mind will have it. I think this is what you are saying here, right?
Mhm.
Yeah. And so they remain in the industry. They are in a stressful environment, but they get more success.
Yes. Yes, I mean I think you see it too with a lot of there's a lot of celebrities who you read about because they are celebrities about who make these changes and how they find that they're better at what they were already doing. So they don't have to change what they're doing, but they're able to improve their performance and become even better at whatever it is you love to do. Just because you start eating healthy doesn't mean you have to become a yoga teacher or you don't have to become a fitness person. You can still do these other things and have other roles in this life, and healthy eating can just be part of it.
Sure. And you are making a difference in so many people's lives in St. Louis, and I see that. Fantastic.
We're
You
trying.
changed your life. You went to yoga. You opened your cafe, but no, not everyone needs to do that, right?
Well, we would have a lot of places then.
Sure.
I mean, it's great, but yeah.
Yeah, I was asking that because I had an intuition, that you would answer me that they got a better performance,
Hmm.
in those industries. And you said that was my intention, because some environments are very stressful, and sometimes the stress comes from inside, right?
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. And that's part of the yoga training too, though, is when people learn how to control their mind instead of letting their mind control them, you can handle normal daily situations a lot better without stressing, without worrying about the future and the past. You can stay more present.
Fantastic. Well, what would be your best advice, simplest thing that someone thinking about going raw vegan would do at home? Someone who is watching us and want your advice.
My advice usually to people who are new is to take your time, because when you try to make big changes, and big changes can be very successful, but it can be overwhelming, frustrating. Sometimes I see people are excited and they fill up their whole shopping cart full of produce, and they're so excited. It's beautiful, the produce, the colors make them, they want to buy it all. They get it home and it all goes bad in their refrigerator because they don't know what to do with it. So I try to encourage people, maybe start off with buying just enough produce that you could eat in a couple of days. And then that way, if it goes bad, you're not going to cry because you spent all that money. But also just try one new food every week. So start with things that are familiar to you. And every week, just at the grocery store, you see a food that you have never tried, buy just one. Go home, get on the internet, learn how to prepare it, learn how to cut it open, do whatever you're going to do. And then each week you can add in more and more things. And that just makes it feel a little bit more less overwhelming to people. You don't have to buy all the fancy powders and superfoods. You can just start off with very simple things, apples and lettuce. Don't make it too complicated.
Great advice. Great, great, and you are making it simple, right? Simple
Hmm.
and slow and
Yeah,
soft. I see.
yeah.
Smooth. Smooth would be the right term. Okay, and now I bring here my last question. It's a big question, small answer, just one sentence for the answer.
Okay.
Okay? You jump into your past. Remember 14 years ago when you were all stressed and so on, and you turned your life, into what you have now. And tell me, what would be the difference, thinking about the difference between being a raw vegan and not being, what would be your raw vegan power?
Hmm.
You can complete the sentence. My raw vegan power is, and
Oh,
so on.
okay. My raw vegan power. Hmm. Is to handle all of life's challenges with much more ease.
I love it, this answer. Yeah, and we can think about it. It's deep and at the same time so grounded. You are talking about everyday stuff, right? I love it. Thank you so much. Thank you for coming here, Monica. I really love it talking to you. I'm feeling, even through the internet here, I'm feeling a great energy, positive energy, lots of good things coming from you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And you who are watching, go now to puravegan.com. Don't be scared by the word vegan, as that person that Monica mentioned, and go there and see all the great stuff that you can find in puravegan.com. And the cafe, you can go to 307
Belt
Be-
Avenue.
Belt Avenue in St. Louis, Missouri.
Hmm.
Thank you so much, Monica.
Thank
Let's
you.
keep in touch. Bye bye.
Bye bye.